Church.
Hi, I'm JJ.
And I'm Travis.
I'm Adam from Victory Brewing.
And we're doing a beer review for you. And we're here with Adam from Victory today. Adam brought in some awesome beers. Victory Hop Ranch, the new anniversary ale, and Golden Monkey, which just won a gold medal, right?
Yeah. So we just won a GABF this past year, gold medal for Golden Monkey. It's kind of fitting. I know we were one of the few breweries. We might be the only brewery that actually won a gold medal for their number one selling beer, believe it or not.
This is your number one selling beer?
Yep. In Pennsylvania, still
Really?
Hop Devil is by far number one, but outside of the state, Golden Monkey is now our number one selling beer.
So Hop Devil's number one, you said, in Pennsylvania?
Correct.
I didn't realize Golden Monkey was number one overall.
I didn't
it
realize
just
that
actually
this beer sold
happened
that well.
I think it was about 2 months ago.
Wow.
So,
Well, that's awesome.
a gold for Golden Monkey.
And I got to tell you,
surprised.
I think Victory. We talk about Victory often. You know,
We use it as a benchmark.
We do.
We really do.
We use Victory as a
Okay.
benchmark on the show, and I know Travis has man love for Victory. So
I do. I love it.
it.
I do. I like a lot. I
Yeah,
like the way you
it's-
market things. I like the way you sell things.
Yep.
I mean, as a company, the company's a good company.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's great to have you. So, what are we gonna try first?
Well, I would say we try the anniversary ale first.
Yeah.
Just because of the alcohol content on it.
Sure. And what is the anniversary ale?
So anniversary ale, our anniversary for our brewery is every February, right around Valentine's Day, actually. So we figured it was fitting to kind of do an offering from January to March with a session IPA. We've had a lot of success with Hop Ranch. We've had a lot of success with Dirt Wolf this past year. We've kind of been making jokes about it lately that if Hop Ranch and Dirt Wolf were to have a child, this would be the beer.
Interesting.
So it has a lot of.
That's
So
what I
it
read
has
about, too,
characteristics of each beer. So the nice thing is, it still has that nice shine, that nice brightness from the way Hop Ranch does. But then with Dirt Wolf, it has a little bit more of that drier finish at the end.
What's
Nice.
the shine that you speak of?
Well, I mean, like that
What do you mean?
citrusy, fruity
okay,
juiciness
the
to
flavor.
it.
I thought you were talking about the color.
No.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in between
This
on the
this
malt
is
bill,
extremely fresh. The
Well,
expiration is June 6th. So this is
And
extremely
our product
fresh.
code life on that stuff is 5 months.
So that's real fresh
That's good to remember, too. The product code is 5 months for all of your beers?
Well, basically
for session.
Well, for any of our core brands,
Right.
for the most part, from our Hop Devil to Headwaters to Prima, all that stuff, Anniversary, our seasonals for the most part. But when we get into our Golden Monkey, our Storm King,
We're not concerned about dates with beers like this.
no, so they're all bottle conditioned. So Storm King has a 5-year shelf life.
Yeah.
So if you're
Yeah.
out there right now, your beer might be expiring in 2020 at this point.
It's fun, but
Right,
the point that I want to remember is 5 months
Right.
for
And that's
the style of beer for an ale.
And that's what we pick. Just because the box says it expires on that date,
Right.
it's not going to just blow up in the bottle in that
Of course.
moment. So
It will start deteriorating.
that's where we feel
Yeah.
comfortable, that's where we want to be at. We would prefer you drink it before that date.
I
But
know
it's not going to disappear on you right
it
off
just
the
changes,
bat.
and we've talked about
Yes.
the aromas
Yeah.
and things in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to know.
Certain things fall off.
The 5 month is important to me because if I know there's 3 months left, I know that it's 2 months old.
Yeah.
And I like
Yeah.
IPAs that are about 45 to 60 days old.
Okay.
So if it's been bottled for, so I was always curious.
And you're right. And there's certain IPAs that you can age. Most of them you can't. Most of
Yeah.
them are better fresh. And especially with a session IPA like this, it's got to be fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I would agree with that, and especially even with the wet hop beers that are out there, like our Harvest Ale we did this past year, finally in package. We've always done
great.
it in draft.
Yeah, it was great.
Great beer. Unfortunately, you won't see probably any more of it than what we make every year because it's probably one of the worst days from what I've heard from the brewers to brew beer. It's
pretty-
it just clogs
pretty
up
intense.
everything, very intense. Just trying to get all the hops in the tank within a certain amount of time. It's just a lot goes into it, and that beer in particular, since it is wet hopped, that beer we recommend you drinking as soon as humanly possible.
Sure.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Very, very fresh. It was
Yeah.
just a
As soon as
great
we got it in, you came and picked
Yeah,
one up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And wet hop, not that I want to get off the subject, wet hop is fresh hop.
yes,
Right?
so
it's
basically
not pelletized or
no, it's not
dried.
pelletized.
Right.
It's
So-
literally, they pick it, put it in a bag, you get it, you put it in.
Yeah, so there's no dry, there's no time frame. We actually had our drivers from our brewery drive out, pick up all the hops.
I read that. Is that in the
For
description
the
of the
Yakima
beer?
Valley, right?
Yeah, from Yakima Valley directly. It's basically to make sure that the hops get from cut off the vine into the tank within 48 hours time frame.
That's a road trip.
So
Can
yeah,
I
that's a
elect to
road
do
trip.
that next year?
Washington to Downingtown
That
in
is a
Like
long
24
trip.
hour
48
period.
hours.
Yeah, that's like a cannonball run thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is.
And you can film it.
Right from the driver's seat.
So let's go for it here.
You'll be all hopped up on
Let's
caffeine
pour
and
this
everything,
out.
man.
Popped up, get it? Popped up. Now, does this give you a wicked hangover like Dirt Wolf does?
Oh, come on.
Oh, is this what we're gonna go with?
Listen, Dirt Wolf's a great beer, but I've never had a hangover that's as bad as Dirt Wolf.
Now the question here is it because you can't tell high alcohol that is when you drink it,
No.
and that you drink
No.
10 beers of them?
No.
I see. My problem is I drink
Like,
a 10.
that's where it gets me.
I drink a
because
10%er.
I'll drink 8 of them
Yeah.
in a night.
No, I can drink 4 of any 10% beers in a night, and to me, the morning after is a function of the beer. It's not the alcohol, because I'm still getting the ABV or the. No, in other words, if I drink 4 10% beers in one night, I'll drink 8 5% beers the next night
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm still getting to the same place.
Right.
3 Dirt Wolves in the morning is like your head's in a Vice. It's just horrible.
Well, that's for you. I mean, I'm not.
haven't
I'm not.
experienced
I'm
You
not
don't
like
notice
that.
anything worse than Dirt Wolf?
Not really.
I gotta be honest. I don't want to say this out loud. I stopped buying it. I mean, I'd rather buy this. I like
Yeah.
this a little
Yeah.
different. I've stopped buying Dirt Wolf unless I know I have nothing to do the next day. I'm serious.
I think it's in your mind. I'm going to go with that.
Watson, seriously, I tried to get Watson here today because he loves Victory as well. It's one of the only things he actually likes. He agrees, and we don't agree with anything with Watson. It's just a guy I work with. He agrees.
He's the guy who sorts his life by negatives. We've gone over this before.
And I tried to get him today. When he comes. Dirt Wolf is a fabulous beer. It's horrible in the morning.
This looks like
cheers.
Hop Ranch.
Yes, so
It looks
has
like
a
Hop
nice
Ranch.
clear, like not much
like
of a malt
it.
build
Yeah.
behind it. You still get that nice nose on it. It still has a lot of hop aroma to it as
Oh
well.
yeah.
When is this going to be available?
This is better. This is better than All Day. This is better than Stone's Go To. This has more aroma, more character. And what's the price on it?
So you'd be right at the same price point as Hop Devil or any of our seasons.
All day
so.
long. $10 more for Go To, and this is better.
See, like I said, like it still has a lot of aroma. Still has a lot of that citrusness.
Do you like it?
It's a good beer.
It's a good beer.
It's a good beer.
If you hold it in a little bit more, you'll get more of that dryness, like I
Yeah.
said, like that Dirt Wolf will do. So far we've had a lot of good reviews on it.
It's a good
but-
beer. But again, it's a 4.5%.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you gotta know what you're
Session
drinking.
bit- right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a beer, really, this is a beer if you're working and you're doing something around the house and
Yeah.
you don't want to be falling over drunk, but you want a really good tasting beer. This is the kind of beer you want to drink.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep it in your fridge.
This is
Yeah.
the beer that like when I'm doing something on the house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like this is a perfect painting.
Like when you're
beer.
working with power tools?
No, well, although I feel like you get better with power tools when I get drunker. But that's a whole different subject. But no, like this is like a perfect like painting beer, like because it's not
Yeah.
like so over the top. It's not like getting you there so quickly, but it's still enough to like obviously
yeah.
hit your palate with all the hops, the aroma, the flavor.
And I love the light malt bill. I love
Yeah.
that. It's just like Hop Ranch.
To me, this is another high quality Victory tasting beer.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time, and you're the first brewery that I noticed it. I believe that everything you make
Has a victory
has
taste.
a Victory taste.
It does.
And I tell you what, and I think I've talked to you about
Yeah.
this before, that I look for that,
Yeah.
and that's why I use that as a benchmark. I don't know what that is. I can taste it right now. The hop,
Yeah.
the aroma's gone, the bitterness is gone, and I still know that I just drank a Victory beer, and I like it.
Oh,
I like it a
yeah,
lot.
absolutely.
You know,
And to be honest, I don't know exactly what it is. But ever since I started working with the company, I've always agreed with that there is a victory taste.
I was afraid it was going to change when you went to Parkersburg, and I was thinking if it's something in Downingtown, something with the electric or the way the HVAC system works there, you know what I mean? It's going to change. You get this new $1 billion facility that's a couple miles away, and I was afraid it was going to change. Is this made in the new facility?
So this is made at the new facility. The nice thing about the new facility is it's still in the same river source off the
I
Brewing.
read that too. I have read that
So
too.
that actually,
Evan, can you do something about that? No.
Evan get all flustered when you give him a hard time.
I'm
didn't
sorry to
bother
get
him,
off
we wouldn't do it.
subject.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry to
fine.
get off subject. It's just, Evans can be fun to poke at, that's all. Yeah, yeah. But no, you're right. Victory does have a flavor. It has a taste, and you can't really put. You were talking about the new brewery.
oh, so
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
with Parksburg, the water source is the same. We're pulling from the East Branch in Downingtown. Now we're pulling from the West Branch. It's really nice that was actually one of the reasons that we wanted to stay in that area. We didn't want to just go across the country or anything like that as well. We wanted to have that same water source, and the cool thing about it is we did a ton of studies on that water over the course of about, I think it was almost 2 years' time. to make sure that that was on the same level as the other branch
And it
of the
is.
river. And it is. I mean, obviously we added a little bit better of a filtration system. Now with having a lot more technology, we're able to dial in everything a little bit more. Like the
great.
cool thing is, a lot of people have asked us too. Like, I feel like your beer's just like a slight bit crisper, a slight bit like a little bit better than it used to be. But that's because as we obviously built this new brewery, we have a lot more technology. We were able to like dial things in like to the smallest amount, and it's been amazing to like see like
It's not like you're drinking like good homebrew.
yeah, exactly.
Right,
You know what I
There
mean?
was a time when it was.
Yeah.
There was a time
Yeah.
when you guys were.
Yeah.
I like this beer. It's a shame it's only 4.5%.
I mean, you just have to drink 20 of them. For
But
you.
then you get full. Then you get full.
But I will say, like Victory does it right with pricing now. You know, the pricing is right in line with everything else.
See, how much is this?
30, like $34, $35 a case. It's not bad. I mean, that's
And it's a
great
great beer for $35.
Yeah.
That's a deal. You can always do a shot of whiskey on the side if you need the alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
You
something,
can always
there's a way
pump
to
it
do
up.
if that's what you're going
Pump it
for.
up on the side.
Yeah.
Is it going to be canned?
No.
When you can
Not
your
as
beer?
so we're actually our first. I knew you were gonna ask.
Come on!
The first product we're actually gonna can it will be Summer Love. It'll be 12-ounce cans.
That's the right one to do, too.
I like Summer Love too. That's
Yeah.
a good beer.
well, and with that brand
I don't think
too.
you guys can do anything wrong, really.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense to do that at least to start.
You associate cans with summertime?
Most people do.
Most people
Yeah.
do, for the most part. I mean, and then I also associate it with like golfing and then camping and things like that.
Yes,
so
yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
I mean,
complete
picnics.
sense. Yeah, it makes complete sense.
but for us to do our first can, it makes sense to do Summer Love first, because after that we weren't really sure what we're looking at. You know, we're looking at a couple other products possibly.
Dirt Wolf in the can.
Oh, it's like a headache waiting to have it. So when you I assume that when you moved, you allowed for or built space or whatever
We have
for a
space
canning
off
line,
to the
right?
side for the canning line.
Do you own it yet? Do you have it yet?
I believe it is there now.
Will it be this summer?
Yes, it'll be
you'll-
this
you'll
summer.
have
Like I
cans this
said,
summer.
yes, it'll be the first.
So you won't have the mobile can line come in?
No, there's no mobile canning line.
Okay.
Well, we
Who
still.
does that?
They have mobile can lines now.
Like I'll show up at
It's
your
like
facility?
a tractor. It's like a
Tractor
tractor
trailer.
trailer that comes out. Unfortunately, we've heard some horror stories, and like
can't
I've heard some
imagine
horror
that.
stories. I have no idea what our owners have like heard. I'm sure it was like way worse than what I've heard. But it's just like a guy will come in and be like, "Oh, I can make 100 cases a day," and then it turns out like he can make like 5, and then your
But
cost
even
like
if-
goes through like the roof or whatever.
Even if he's
for it.
making 100 cases a day, there's
It's-
sanitary. There's you got to
Yeah.
get it out there. You're pumping it. You know what I mean?
It's out of your control.
That's what I mean. There
Yeah.
seems like there's so many variables
Yeah.
that I wouldn't want somebody to come in with a mobile
Exactly.
canner. You know,
But it's big. I mean, Manny Young does it. There's a lot of small breweries now that are doing it.
economics wise, you can't afford it. You
Right.
know, you don't want
Yeah.
to go
That
somewhere
don't
else.
they don't want to. Number one, they don't want to sub it out. So they
Yeah.
they don't want to have another brewery make their beer.
Exactly.
So you're not contract brewing with like the Lion, which
Yeah.
is the kiss of death for craft
Oh my
breweries.
God, it is.
It's the kiss of death. So you're not doing that. So you can have a mobile can line come into your facility. You're still making the beer. So for some small breweries, it's
Yeah,
a good
it's
a good
pumping
process.
from your brewery into their
Yeah.
their unit.
So it comes in a tractor trailer. So is it
Basically,
that
Yeah,
big
the
of a
trailer
facility?
backs up and
Is it like
it's
a
in the
full
trailer.
size tractor
Yeah,
trailer?
it's like from what I've seen. I'm sure there's different size ones and all that
Yeah.
stuff, but the
What's
ones
the
that I've
capital
seen.
investment on a machine like that? Sounds to me like we should be driving around with one of them. I don't care about the quality of the beer I sell in Indiana. But those people drink the crap that comes out the back of my truck. I just want to drive around
One of
with
the
the truck.
a kid who used to work here going to college years ago actually owns one.
I never knew that this
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah, it's a newer. Actually, I don't even know if
You
it's a
can do
newer
the math and see
concept.
that-
I have no idea how long they've been around.
I don't know. It's been a couple years.
But I know, like, I haven't heard about them really since the last couple years, because I know we talked about doing cans in the past, and we've talked with other breweries, and like we've always wanted to be in control of making the beer, like you said.
Sure.
It's like that's the most important part. We don't want to be having someone else make it.
No.
I mean, we see the nightmares, we see how beers change and things like that, and then who's to say that brewery doesn't then rip off your brand at some point? And,
Sure.
like, it's just not worth it. So like we had looked at doing a tankard up to certain breweries, and like we do it, and a lot of people were just like, no, because they want to make as much as they can off of you while doing that. So it just
Cost would
it
go
just
up,
never
wouldn't you work?
seemed to like just pan out for us.
So once you finish Summer Love and it takes off and people start buying it, you'll then start canning other.
And yeah, we are looking at other brands to do in cans as well. 12-ounce cans only right now, though.
But your can, if you have a can line, technically it should be more economical for you to make cans than bottles.
You would think. I don't know.
Why?
I mean, especially
What makes you say
Packaging's cheaper.
packaging should be cheaper.
that? For a case
should
of
be.
cans. Or the can itself is cheaper than a
The
glass
can
bottle.
itself is cheaper than a bottle, plus
Lighter.
the cardboard's cheaper.
It's more like
Oh, because
And
you're
the shipping.
using
the
that-
reality.
you're
The
using
reality
that,
of it.
yeah.
The more of it is shipping.
Yeah.
Because the weight is down on a truck a lot more. And so obviously then the gas is saved and things like that.
Right.
But I honestly don't know all of the logistics with that. I have no idea with that canning line, obviously. Who knows? I mean, this is our first time running a canning line. So who knows, like, what kind of random things will happen if it breaks down, or, like, you know, this is all new to us, so...
All right, I really want to drink a hot ranch, so I'm going to get back on the topic.
We should open it.
But can I... Yeah, because I'm really jonesy for hot ranch. What is different with a beer that's going to be bottled versus a beer that's going to be canned?
There's nothing different.
There's nothing different, right?
That's not as far as I know.
Pumping it from either over there.
It's actually better in a can because you can preserve it better. There's no light on infiltration.
Yeah, there's less,
and there's
zero.
oxygen
In
too.
the oxygen, there's less oxygen that will go into the package.
So this is sealed, but it's not completely sealed. It's sealed to a certain PSI or a certain...
Exactly.
Right. Where cans are sealed.
Yeah. I mean, that's like canned food. Like, that's why it lasts forever.
Right.
Because there's no elements.
And, you know, people come in here and they make comments, oh, I don't like canned beer. Well, to be honest with you, canned beer is a better way to preserve beer. I mean, they just don't understand. They don't understand the process, really.
Did you know you could light a fire with a Cheeto?
No, I didn't know that. That's the most random thing to ever say, but all right.
That's
it's a Frito?
Frito?
Yeah, that's just...
It's like for camping and stuff.
Frito,
I feel like I've seen that, actually, now that you say that.
Did you
Random.
see it?
Beamer.
I feel like I've seen that on television.
Beamer did it here. You know Beamer, don't you?
Don't you have any pyrotechnic tricks?
No, I don't have any pirates. I didn't know I was showing up for this.
People, you're here to entertain us.
All right, we're going hop ranch now. Now this beer here, to me, I love the aroma of this beer, and I smell like a Pinot, almost like a grape, like a fresh grape kind of smell when I smell it. I don't know if you get that or not.
I can see that. Yeah, actually, now that you say that, I don't know if I've ever really noticed that before.
It's like a Chardonnay Pinot kind of smell. I mean,
I feel like that goes back to, like, you know, I'll describe this beer as like...
You know what finger I'm going to give you?
Oh, it's line references, so you have to put your finger out, right?
Well, I mean, like, it has, like, that juiciness characteristic to it, as I said before. And, like, that's, like, the best way to describe this beer.
By the way, we're talking about hop ranch. At Four Victories, in my opinion, their best beer. I think it's better than Dirt Wolf.
The beers, this is much better than Dirt Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need to say that.
And I know I love Dirt Wolf.
No, it's much. I believe it's much better than Dirt Wolf, but that Wild Devil.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's amazing. The Brett yeast. Oh, that shit's just amazing. You know, I just think it's great. So, I mean, but that's also more especially an availability thing. It's probably your best. No, I believe that Prima Pils is awesome. It's awesome, and I think that it sounds weird, but I think that your lager is probably my favorite all-time Victory beer because you can get it on any given day, and it's always the same.
Yeah.
You can keep it in your house. Anybody can come over and drink it, and they're not going to go, oh, I don't like hops, I don't like this. Oh, it's a lager? Yeah, give me a lager.
It has that bready, grainy kind of...
But it's still got that Victory taste.
It still has that Victory taste. It's got that little bit of hop profile to it. Not a ton, but it's there. It still has that nice little bit more sweetness behind it.
Yeah, somebody that'll drink
Well, that's what
Budweiser.
this has, that sweetness to go with it, and it brings out that... I swear it's like grape juice. Like,
well, that's what I said
for me.
Juiciness.
Wow. Apparently, I love that beer.
I guess we could just open a whole nother bottle.
I was wondering when you were going to offer it. It is very good. Did you bring these today?
Yes.
So where's this? Don't worry about it.
It's not mine. But no, this beer is probably one of our most talked about beers. I loved Wild Devil. I mean, it took us 5 years to get that beer back out. I mean,
You had it up before?
we had it 5 years ago was the last time we ever bottled it. We couldn't get the yeast to die in it at the time, so like the bottles would be overcarbonated and explode. I don't know if, like, I still have like 3 bottles left. I had one probably like 5 months ago. I came back into my house and it was like on my wine rack, just like laying there because I just haven't been laying. And the cork had blown out and it's all over my floor. And I just see my dog had licked up the whole beer during the course of the day.
You got to enjoy yourself, relax and watching TV.
Yeah, just laying there like, hey, what's up? I had a great day. I don't know what you did all day.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, it was interesting to see, and like that was one of the issues with the beer. We couldn't get that, control that fully. So
Now, but with the Brett yeast, do you condition the bottle with the Brett yeast, or do you actually ferment it with the Brett yeast?
actually do not have an answer. It's very interesting.
You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Because I know Brewworks, they actually make their monkey wrench. Or no, was it monkey wrench?
No, it was
It was the Hopsalutely.
yes.
Oh, they
make
did that with the bread.
They
yeast,
make
right?
the Hopsalutely with their ale yeast. This gets it to 11% or whatever, and then they bottle condition it with the bread yeast.
Interesting.
So then the original yeast is dead, is it?
It's dead at that point.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's
It's
done
done
at
doing
that
its thing.
point.
Yeah.
Right. So then they prime it and add bread yeast to the conditioning. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
It wasn't nearly as. I don't want to put down anybody else's beer. It wasn't nearly as good as the Wild Devil. The Wild Devil to me, it had to be fermented with the yeast. It couldn't have been the conditioning at the end. I don't believe.
Right.
The Bagley's one was like really in your face.
Oh, that's the reason. Yes, it was made with the yeast and right off the bat.
Oh, so you're fermented, totally fermented with the yeast.
Yes, sorry, I didn't. I was as you were talking, like now I was starting to understand what you were saying. Okay. I thought you were
I'll tell
talking
you a
about
little
the
story.
actual.
I was up at the Allentown Brew Works. Not to get off subject, you can cut this out if you want.
Hold on, question real quick.
Yeah.
Would you mind, Travis, JJ, just moving in just the tiniest bit?
Nice to get closer.
Should we hug?
Little intimate.
Just, yeah, everyone
Alright.
put your arm around each other.
I mean, just in general moving, you mean?
No, yeah, you guys are good. You're good. Sorry, I was trying to get into a different
So-
genre.
So I was up at the Allentown
leave
Brew
it
Works.
out.
I had the Hopsalutely with Brett yeast up there on draft. It was awesome. Freaking awesome.
On draft.
Yeah.
And you liked it.
3 weeks later, I'm at Bentonville. They don't have it on draft. They have a bottle. The Brett yeast. I'm
I
like,
tried it with the bottle.
like, all right, so I'll have it. It sucked.
I didn't like it in a bottle at all.
It tasted like it had 9 months on it.
Yes. It was very, very, very skanky. Like
Yeah.
skunky and yeah, it wasn't good at all out of it. I didn't try it on the draft.
I think it sat there because no people ask for Hopsalutely conditioned with Brett yeast.
No, I was waiting for it to come out because I want to drink everything with Brent right now.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, how many people actually go in there and ask for it?
But even when I got it, what I would consider fresh because it was released and I got it within a week or whatever of it coming out, it still tasted very skunky in the bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why. So what would be different about that versus on draft?
Well, it's probably fresh in the brewery. I'm thinking.
Well, I would say,
But when they brew it in
would
a
definitely
bottle.
be fresher, but at the same time too, anything that's put in the draft is obviously a little bit more controlled with the bottle. Like who knows? But like I know they have a smaller bottling line too. Like who knows if more auction got into it? I mean, because they're doing a lot of hand packed stuff.
More
still.
variable.
So there's more variables with that. And I know like Bo has a very interesting job up there with like trying to like do stuff with like because he doesn't have everything that obviously we have to kind of work with. So like he's got a lot.
They're
more
great
variables
people,
with
though.
the
I mean,
order.
they do a great
Absolutely.
job. They really do. And I'm not putting down Brewworks at all. I mean, I love their beers.
I think the beer has come 180 degrees from the way it used to be
Absolutely.
2-3 years ago.
I'm just saying my experience with Hopsalutely with Brett yeast. You know, if you have a little age on it, it doesn't get good with age. It gets bad. I didn't like
I
it.
agree.
Well, see, that's the cool thing. Like, you take like the bread yeast with like Helios that we have our farmhouse stays on there. Actually, I think that beer tastes best at probably right around 6 months old.
You still make Helios?
Yeah, Helios
But
is.
that doesn't have a high hop profile.
Yeah, that's true. So it actually gets this nice little like subtle sourness to it as it kind of progresses. And like everyone's always like, it's weird. I always tell people to try to hold on to that beer a little bit, even if they just say one bottle out of the case and then try to get it.
I can never do that.
I know. Yeah,
I can't do that.
I mean, I have one rack that
They
holds
call me in
12
the middle of the
bottles,
night when I'm in bed.
and like I'll keep like one
They call
version
me.
of one
And
of
you do
each
that?
one, and like I'll keep it, and I'll just like not, I'll just like pretend like I just forget about it. Like I think of it like it's expensive wine. It just sits there. You never do anything.
He's a better man than I am.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I mean,
I can't do that.
There's people that I've seen that have been able to like keep like, you know, although I do have a couple bottles of Dark and Treat that are close to like 4 years, 5 years old now.
What's Dark and Treat?
So that was our Storm King aged in bourbon barrels. That was our first. That was pretty much like one of our first like limited big edition type bottles that we did.
You know how many cases of Storm King that I bought with the intention of leaving 2 6-packs underneath the cellar stairs?
Yeah.
3. I've done it 3 times. I'm not going to drink the other 2. And then you go get 1, you go get 3, all your buddies over, and then you want to try this? Go ahead, while we're down here, let's just suck one back.
Yep.
And they're gone.
We're gonna go right into Golden Monkey because JJ's got to get moving. I'm sorry. So that habanero sculpin, by the way, I love that beer.
It's very good. It's very good. You know what it's great with? Sit down and have some chili.
Yeah.
Oh,
You sit down
Did you
and
have it?
I haven't had it yet, but I like that's what I kind of love about IPAs. Like when it comes to like, it intensifies that spice a little bit.
Yeah.
And that extra burn behind it, so it kind of like really plays it.
The flavor. The flavor.
We can have it later.
No, I haven't been home.
Oh,
I can get
The
it here. like a habanero. It's unbelievable. They did a great job. They really did a great job. I think everything that Ballast Point does is great anymore.
Did the person who stole the beers out of your garage get a habanero sculpin? That's my question. That would be an awesome trick. Somebody stealing beers out of his garage. Some teenager or whatever. You know.
So I took everything out and replaced it with habanero sculpin. And they never came back. So and none of them were missing. So it was an isolated incident that didn't happen again. But I thought it would have been cool if it did.
That is so fun.
Now you brought these too, right?
Yep.
But this doesn't have anything to do with being flavors.
Well, I just figured we could talk about Golden Monkey.
Yeah, we're going to Golden Monkey. This is the gold medal winner.
Mm-hmm.
I remember trying this beer. I think I had it. It must have been 12, 13 years ago because I remember it almost first came out around then, didn't
probably.
it? And I remember the spiciness of it. I really haven't drank much of it since, to be honest with you.
What is it? Is it triple?
Yeah, so it's an American triple. This is the beer. It's actually the first Victory beer I ever drank.
Is it really?
So I ran a beer distributor out at Williamsburg University, and the bar at the time was called Russell's. They did a pitcher special for, I think it was $9.99, and you got a plate of wings. And they did Golden Monkey and pitchers.
$9.99! Golden Monkey!
And you got 12 wings.
Oh!
What was it, 1975?
Not that old. Probably 30 actually. So I mean, we're talking like pretty much 10 years ago, but like I just laugh at it, like because my one buddy was like, "No, you got to try that," because like everyone else is getting the typical like college beers, like Stone Light on draft or whatever it is, Bud Light, whatever it is, and he's like, I was just like, how do you get there so quickly? He goes, "Oh, you got to drink the monkey." And it's funny because
So what's the ABV on this?
So it's 9.5%.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was that
It
high.
has like you would have
You
no
don't even know
idea.
it.
And
Don't
like,
even know it.
The cool thing is too, like even like it's been in a variety pack for years.
You don't know it.
Do you know what's funny? It has that sweetness of hop ranch.
It tastes like a Victory beer. Is that the
It's like a
sweetness?
Victory
Is
beer.
that- is it
But
sweet?
the yeast comes through. The Belgian yeast comes through.
It smells spicy like a saison.
Correct.
That's why I like
that
that.
spiciness thing.
Yeah.
But
I think triple nut is going to be sweet.
we've always kept this in our variety pack, and the cool thing about this is that beer that like people put in like the back of their fridge. This is how I explain it. Like put it in the back of the fridge. They don't really know what it is, and then that one day they run out of beer and there's no one open. And they go, "Oh, I'm gonna drink that 6-pack tonight," and they drink that whole 6-pack that night.
And wake up on the floor in the
And they
morning.
wake up on the floor, they have a story or something happening. Everyone just has this weird like cult
There's
following.
a chalk
behind it.
outline where they wake up.
Because we always laugh about it, because no one would ever know that this is 9.5% from drinking it.
You
The
can't tell.
Golden Monkey is kind of like eating the worm out of the bottle. You know what I mean?
And it gets better with like this beer too, because our slogan for it is respect the monkey.
Right.
Because it will get you.
It's good. It's not better than I thought. I don't know if I've ever had it.
I mean, and then something else that we've started to see some trends with. I've had some of the bars, especially for like Sunday night, for Sunday football and stuff. They've been starting to do monkey mimosas. People have been doing it for brunch, where they're taking a 12 ounce. They're doing a 12-ounce pour, taking a bottle, putting it in a pint glass, and then just topping it with orange juice. And it's actually
Sounds good.
delicious.
That would be good.
That's actually
breakfast.
delicious.
That's breakfast. That's
Yeah.
not Sunday night. That's
Well-
Sunday morning.
Well, I mean, like, for like Sunday football and stuff, like just kind of gearing back up into it, and like we've seen a lot of success with it. And obviously, I don't advocate like that's the way you should drink that.
Yeah, but
beer. But it's
but
something
beer cocktails
different.
are great.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, that's the only way that beer is going to break this spirit onslaught. Spirits are hot.
Oh yeah.
Vodka, rum, gin,
Oh, really?
whatever. They're hot. And mixology's hot. And
It
the only
is.
way beer is going to be able to break into that
Beer
is
comes.
stuff like this, mixed with orange juice.
And it-
And to be honest with you.
The nicest thing is too, like I've been a bartender, like that's the easiest drink on earth to make. I was like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then even as a bar owner, like, oh, so all I gotta do is crack one bottle and throw some orange juice in it. It's like,
We do it at home. Sincerely, we do it at home. Bud Light line. And like with a Corona down the line for breakfast. I'm not sure. I'm saying we've been doing it for a while.
No, I know.
This is good.
Yeah.
This would go great with orange.
oh,
juice.
absolutely.
Hey, listen, you're going to laugh at me. I love that Bud Tomato stuff.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
I love it.
It's good.
A little pepper on there. I mean,
Love Bloody Marys.
I do.
That's
I do.
why. I can see that.
It's good.
They make. I mean, to me, that's great. In the morning, mid-afternoon, I love that beer.
Yeah.
I'll drink anything.
I don't even look at the clock.
I'll try anything twice.
Try anything twice. Just twice.
This is good. Is that sold in cases or only in variety packs?
No, full cases.
Cases and variety.
It's actually, I mean, this is our lead package with whenever we go into takeout shops, bottle shops, stuff like that, because we never have to worry about it. Like I said, it's got a 3-year shelf life on it too, so you never need to worry about the beer.
I don't know what it tastes like with a year on it.
To be honest, I don't know if I don't think I've ever actually aged this beer.
I don't know what it would taste like.
You had the White Monkey, which you
Yes.
aged.
So then we did the White Monkey, which was Golden Monkey aged in Chardonnay barrels. So that actually was kind of cool because it brought out a little bit of oak, a little bit of vanilla from it.
That's good.
Yeah. So that went over. Like people that like Golden Monkey, they found
they
White
went
Monkey.
crazy
The people that found it and were able to drink it, they were in love with it. We're not going to make it this year.
That sounds good. I would
We're going
actually
to
try that.
experiment with Monkey though this year. We're going to do some kind of big bottle format with it. So
Like with an aging something or
but
other?
it's going to have something unique to it for sure.
And you won't tell us what it is?
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
You gotta pry it out. Evan?
Yeah, we're gonna chicken wing him and punch him in the stomach.
All right.
We're not gonna chicken wing him.
Listen, I got to get rolling, so we got to do the wrap up here. So in review, we did the anniversary 19 session IPA. Fantastic beer. I mean,
4.5%.
4.5%.
Nice little bit of Chinook, a little bit of Simcoe hops in it, a little bit of Citra too. So
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great.
It really is.
Hop Ranch, probably Victory's best beer in my mind.
Currently.
I look forward to this. Yeah, currently. I look forward to this every year. Well,
think
not
it's
every year.
every
This is the
year.
second year.
It's
so-
only the second
yeah,
year,
we're
yeah.
every year. Yeah, but it's awesome. If you can still find it, you got to find it quick because I don't think you'll find much of it.
It's a one-time release, right?
yeah, so we make a certain amount every year. We try to shoot that hopefully it lasts at least for like 3 or 4 weeks at least.
It lasted 1 week in the store.
Yeah, so it depends on each location. You know, I see a case here and there maybe, but like it's not everywhere already. Like we've already started to see it fall off the shelves very quickly.
And then we went to the Golden Monkey, 9.2%, 9.5%, sorry, percent Belgian triple. Beware of the monkey. It's kind of like eating the worm out of a bottle of tequila. It's good. You never know what happens. Big link, and thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube.
Instagram.